Good Tuesday afternoon, everybody. I was about to say morning, but it is well past noon at my time. I finally decided to get out of bed and stop being lazy. So, we're going to be going here with a quick little update video for week number 6 on the garden. I've got, as you can see, a bunch of basil transplanted into little pots. Once those become root bound and get a little sturdier, I will be transplanting them again. Basil is looking choice. That guy doing great as always. Thought that was a bug. My spinach, already took a couple of them off from the bottom. That guy is getting massive. I still haven't gotten my pinto beans out of this one yet. The beans, my pole beans, or bush beans, are actually growing pretty good. Cilantro, doing quite well. I did lose one. Somehow that one died. Must have overwatered it. And then we go to our standing one on my generic makeshift frame, which is actually supposed to be a raised bed garden, but I haven't bought the materials yet because I don't own a truck at the moment that works. But we've got that guy grew back. That guy grew back. We've got what looks like a little green thing there. Might be another plant. I finally got... my stuff is at. I don't know where my camera's pointing. There we go. I've got... where'd it go? That guy popped up new. That one new. And that one new. Missing the one that I actually planted over here, but still got most of them. And let's see if y'all can see this. I've got little green bits there. It's hard to see where these are in this screen. Oh, and there's one in the middle, right there at the tip of my finger. Those are my chives. They're finally popping up, doing something useful. I thought that whole pot died and wasn't going to do anything. I've got my onions, my bunching onions. Those guys are doing good. Give them a little trim, they'll grow back faster. I've got one of my other basil ones over here. I think this one's going to die. I'm not too concerned with it because I'll show you why. Still have nothing on my peppers. Haven't done anything in these pots. And I got my one little parsley plant that's looking kind of sad. Going back over here, my beans, my actual beans, doing good. And as you can see, I got, looks like one basil plant somehow managed to get in there. That guy's still growing good. The one next to it most likely is a elm tree seed because I got them all over the place. These guys are doing good. My poor red onion, as you can see now, is dead. The end cut off, and I dug it out the other day to check on it, and it was pretty much mush, so it rotted. Go down here to my weird little tree thing. I still have no idea what it is. It just grew in there. But y'all see all the little green. I did plant, I believe, lettuce or something. I put something in here. I just honestly do not remember. I planted it quite a while ago. But growing good on that one. And now we go over to the reason why I am not concerned with the basil. Look at this thing. That's what I originally had it in. All this empty space here is what I transplanted. I still have like 40 more plants. And these are the Genovese Basil. These guys are getting big. They're getting stocky. Look at this. Look at that. Look like little tomato plants, but they're not. These are the Genovese Basil, and they will get pretty big. These leaves will get like 2, 3, 4 inches long and like 2 inches wide. They will get pretty dang huge. I finally have some growth over here, although I have a feeling those are all weeds. I'm not 100%. This is what I originally planted lettuce in that was in the greenhouse. Those are doing decent. Looks like I got about 5 of them. I'll see what they are in another couple of weeks. Going over here to our row garden, as y'all can see. Still runty, very runty, but getting bigger. All of my other ones are doing quite well. Go along with these guys. I got one elm tree seed growing in there, but as you can see, all of my spinach plants that were transplanted weeks ago are doing quite well. Some of them are a little small, but again, apparently you're not supposed to really transplant these. You're supposed to plant them in bigger pots originally and then let them go. So I'm surprised they all actually managed to stave off the death cycle. And then check this one out. This is going to be, these are my cucumber squash, and look at this. I've got 1, 2, 3 big flowers coming up. I've got about 5 or 6 on each one of these plants. All these center ones, look at all these little flowers in there, or flower pods. This was the original one that was in the garden that I pulled everything out of, and as you can see, I've got 1, 2, 3. This thing probably has about a dozen flower heads on it. And I had just checked these a day or two ago, and they all looked like, look at this, there's another one here. They all looked like these little tiny pieces down here, like these little tiny ones, like 2 days ago. All of them look like this, right there, just a couple of days ago. So, get these ones open in another few days, start pollinating them, because the bees have not popped over here yet, but that doesn't necessarily mean they won't. We shall see. If not, I can always pollinate them. I do know how to do that. You just get a little paintbrush and rub it inside the flower and just kind of go between the flowers, and that'll pollinate them or fertilize them, however you want to question the logistics of plants. And over here, I've got my carrots. I actually moved them to the back of the house because this spot right over here gets the least amount of sun, but it still gets warm. I have nothing in there, and it's been about a week. Still got a couple more days. We shall see. Got a little wiggly squiggler down there. He can die. Pardon the a-hole noise. People down here driving around thinking they own the streets. These are lettuce. I planted these ones in here last week or the week before, slightly the week before, or Wednesday of last week. But anyways, they've been in here about maybe 8 days, 10 days, and I've got them going up quite nicely. I did have to move them out of the sun as they were roasting. So again, I put them against the back of the house. These are doing good. My other barrel of carrots, I think I put about 50 carrots in each one of these, and they haven't done anything. I just did this one a few days ago. This is more radishes. This is a mix of radishes. I did about 60 seeds because the bag lied. Bag said there was 120 seeds in each bag, and yeah, nope, not even close. I had one had maybe 30 and the other had maybe 40, if that. But just planted these ones a couple days ago, so nothing popped up yet. My bell pepper plants, or seeds that I put in here weeks ago, I think week 2, have done nothing. They have been in here for over a month and have not sprouted. Same with my red pepper seeds, or well, my Carolina Reaper seeds. So don't know what's going on with that. It's a little bothersome that they haven't popped up yet, and I have them in a cooler area where it's moderately averaged temperature, so the temperature stays the same. Haven't done nothing yet. I shall see, I shall see. This one here, I planted Morning Glories about a week ago. It's going to take them a bit. And then I had more beans in this one. I think pinto beans on that one as well. Nothing came up, or no, I had peas in this one. The peas, those haven't come up, so I'll scrap that project probably next week. I've got this one over here, trying to grow a pecan tree out of a pecan. We'll see how that one goes. It does take a while. Those things are ridiculously hard to grow, and they have really thick shells. The main one I've been wanting you guys to witness is my radishes. Look at these guys. It is finally time to actually get something off of here. And I was always curious how they got radish seeds, and this is how. This guy right here is from a radish. As you can see, he goes way down to the bottom, but there's no radish on it. So this one is a, I don't know if you want to call it sterile radish grower or seed pod, but either way, I'm going to let this guy flower out, and hopefully I can get some more radish seeds off of this one. I might have another one over here. This one might do the same thing. We'll see. But the moment you all have been waiting for is, look at this. I actually have a radish down here. We're going to go pull this guy out. This is what happens when you do not put your radishes in a deep enough pot. These roots spread out farther than I wanted them to. So we have a tiny little radish, but that is not all. I actually have more in here. So I will be planting these again next season, or again the season after. Let's see, where'd my other one go? I had a big one, there we go. Here's some good radishes right here. Look at this. Look at this guy. There's a good sized radish. We'll set him down on the ground. And then I've got this massive guy back here. Look at this. This is another big one. Trying to get most of the dirt off. I don't want that dirt in my house. I think I had one more up in here somewhere. Let's see. Yeah, I got another one here, but he's a little one. So not easy to get out in this tiny pot. See that? So I'm lifting the whole corner up. These are root bound, which means this pot was not deep enough originally for these. So I got 4 radishes out of there. I'll let that guy get bigger. But looks like that's all we got for now, ladies and gentlemen. A couple of good sized radishes. At least out of this pot. So there's my handful of radishes. I will know better to not use a 6-inch pot next time. We got to use a minimum of 8 to 10 inches for these things. Because as you can see, they are quite rooty. And well, that pot again, like I said, is only about maybe 6 inches deep at best. Ooh, those smell amazing. I actually want to just eat one right now. Blackberries doing incredibly well. I do still have a little dry spot on this one, but that's not dead yet. And then that branch right there is a little dry. Hasn't done much, but again, this is only like week 2.5 that those have been in that pot. So they are doing really good. I have, let's see, somewhere in here, where'd it go? There we go. I don't know if you guys can see this. Let me see if I can zoom in. So that guy right there is tree, pecan tree as well. And then I have 2 more right here growing up. They do have a little bit of green on them, so that one's doing what it's supposed to. Sorry, hard to stay focused on this thing and look at the same time. But my pecan trees over here are doing good. Just gonna leave my radishes next to my blackberries. I planted sunflower seeds in this one about a week ago, and it looks like we already have a winner. Look at this, folks. We got one popping up right here already. I only planted 4 in here just because I didn't know how big these are gonna get. These are fairly small. It's a rainbow variety. Oops, sorry. It's a rainbow variety of sunflower. So they will, I don't know actually how big these will get. I don't know if they're gonna get like 10 feet high, 4 feet high, 3 feet high. Could vary. And then we got down here, little baby grasshopper. Little baby grasshopper. Look at him. Garden bugs. These guys are a pain in the butt. I hate grasshoppers. They always eat my plants. Then my flames. See all the little purple flowers on there? Those will pop open when it's a little warmer. And as I said, they will basically just little tiny purple flowers about 1/2 inch wide, 3/4 of an inch. They do pretty good. And I've got, like I said, 4 pots of that. My other blackberry bush got a little dry just because this wall back here gets pretty hot in the afternoon. Still doing all right. Lots of flowers on it. Hopefully next season I'll actually be able to get some growth off of it, which is what I'm hoping. Had more in this one for the sunflower seeds. It's still pretty moist, so we're doing good on that. Broken down tree. I got bugs climbing everywhere. I don't know what the heck bug that is. But check this out. So, a couple weeks ago we sprayed the radishes, all the plants, with permethrin, which is not good for plants. That's usually used for human stuff, clothing, gear, and all that, to keep bugs, ticks, and all those chiggers off of you in the woods. But I thought I was going to lose most of this. I honestly only lost about maybe 4 or 5 of the plants that had originally sprouted. Everything else, let's see. That guy back there looks a little sad. I had one back here that died. But everything else, I chopped off all the leaves that got sprayed, and they're recovering. And look, as you can see, I got a radish there. I'm going to have a radish back there. I got one here and one here. And these were the French breakfast radishes. These ones grow a little differently. But we are going to go pull this big guy right here in the corner. Just because he looks like he's just about ready. So we got one little breakfast radish. This is what they look like. This is actually a small one in comparison to some of the ones I have seen grown before. But man, you pull these out and you can definitely smell the radish on them. They have that distinctive, sweet, peppery spice smell. Even just pulling them before cutting them. And I've actually got these ones in a fairly deep pot. These ones are, I think this is about a 6 or 8 inch pot. But you'll notice I have probably about an inch, inch and a quarter of a lip on here. I wasn't sure how well these ones were going to grow, so I did not fill the pot all the way to the top. I will be making a careful note on this one for the next batch, which I have in the other pot way over there, which was full to the, almost full to the brim. But we got 5 little radishes today out of our pot. Some pretty decent ones too, I would say. I mean, those look like they're edible. Rinse them off in our water over here. Walk around the yard. My daisies, or our daisies that are growing, you should be able to see all the little heads on there. Another week or two. Look at that big guy right there. Those 2 big ones. Those will be opening up most likely by next week. My little short one down there. My lavender. those of you who haven't seen lavender, or those of you who have, this is what lavender does. It turns these little purple flowers, sort of. They just kind of turn purple. They're not really flowers. It just turns purple. I guess let's see if I can get it in frame. Where'd he go? Butterflies everywhere. Usually get about 4 or 5 of them in the garden every now and then. Catmint trimmed down. I forgot the name of that thing, but that's trimmed down. These are lamb's ear or sheep's ear, whatever you want to call them. These guys get pretty big. In other words, it's free toilet paper if you're out in the bush, because this stuff is super soft and it does not itch. Whatever you do, folks, do not use leaves of 3. The yarrows doing fantastic as always. Nice bits of yellow. These are just the yellow yarrows. There's like 4 varieties of these ones. I had cinnamon yarrows, which turn like a reddish color, but those ones got cross-pollinated with these ones because they were planted next to them over here. So look at how vibrant yellow that is. So these are also yarrows. I had planted in here up front around. I had cinnamon yarrows, but they got murdered and turned yellow. So yes, it is possible to genetically change the color of a plant by sticking it next to another one. More daisies. Well, same daisies from a different angle. We'll go back around the column again. Bloop. Going to sit the radishes on the table. And we will go take a quick check at all of the rest of the plants. My hand is cramping on me. I got nothing in these 2 yet. I haven't planted nothing in there. We've got rosemary. That plant has actually gotten bigger. Here's where I put 4 basil about a week ago. These guys are doing good. Look at this onion chives. This thing has grown ridiculously tall. I don't know if you can see the back end. That's where that stuff was trimmed down. And look at how tall these are. I got one that's probably 8 or 10 inches. So trim your chives, people. Trim them back every couple of days, 3 or 4 inches for breakfast, sandwiches, whatever. And in that time, in 3 or 4 days time, they'll grow 3-4 inches. We got more basil in here. I did have a couple of days ago, it was this one and this one were drooping big time. This guy's coming back. I just got to get the stuff out of the way. He needs a little bit of water and a little bit of sun, but as you can see, the other 2 are doing just fine. There's some weird white thing. Oh, no, that's just a funny leaf. The leaf looks funny. These guys are doing good. These will be my 4 main herb garden bushes, or well, 8 main garden bushes. I planted, it was either thyme. I think I put a thyme in here, but as you can see, thyme has not been well. It's not growing. That green stuff in there is just leaves from my tree that the caterpillars are eating and dropping stems. Oregano, doing pretty good. It does need to be trimmed down. Probably promote more growth if we do that. Strawberries, pretty big. I've already picked most of the strawberries off over the last day or 2, so no strawberries. Look at this guy. That's one of my bigger strawberries that I've gotten off of this plant in a long while. Got some little ones here. Looking around. I am not seeing much. I got some new strawberry growth on that one. Nothing on this guy. Pick out these stupid tree seeds. A couple of them on there. I got to add some more dirt to this thing. I already added dirt left and right. Just keeps, I don't know where my dirt goes, but I need to add about 1 inch or 2 of dirt there. Got these guys here. These are my Yeah, I forgot the name of them for a second there. Pardon me, folks. Had to sneeze. Got some more plants over here. This is a little stuff we planted in the planters about 2 weeks ago. I've got dahlias in here. Dahlias in this one. Oops, let's zoom out here. There we go. Dahlias in that one. This one is assorted cut flowers. So it'll be just kind of a variety of random plants. This was cut flowers in here as well. More dahlias. As you can see, they're doing really good. More dahlias. And this particular space gets sun for about 3-4 hours. See if I can show you guys without blinding everybody. So sun pops up over there, creeps up over this way until it hits my trees. About noon, 1 o'clock. This will all pretty much be in the shade, or start getting into the shade. It's my landscaping. Pretty sure even from here you guys can see all of the roses on the rose bush. At all those guys. All the sea of red. All my luscious plants that I maintain and keep going. Yuccas, that's what these things are. These guys are yuccas. I told you I momentarily forgot the names of them. This is where I had the carrots. I had them planted here and on that pedestal, but they were getting too much sun because, as you can see in this spot here, it is a clear shot. Basically, once the sun's up at about 8 o'clock, or well, probably about 7, that sun's right in this space. So I kind of fried them, so I put them in a different spot so they could propagate better. All of the roses. More catmint got trimmed. Another catmint got trimmed. Walking through the patio. We'll try to keep this video as short as possible, but that's not likely going to happen. My peppermint doing really good over here. As you can see, I do have little bugs eating my stuff. You see all this webbing on here. Oh, there he is. He's right there on this leaf. I'll get him off of there. Let's see if you can see that. Focus. See a little caterpillar thingy right there? These little turds are eating my leaves on my mint. So I got to get some spray to get these things off of here. They are all over the place. I do not like them eating my mint. So if they eat my mint won't grow. And then the main one, or the main, well, not main one, but the other one. Look at how good this guy's doing. He is way bushy. Super bushy. And super minty. Now we'll go quickly over here to our other pots. Cucumbers taking forever. My pole beans. Still got munched on by something, but I don't know. I did add more dirt to them to hopefully help them grow a little better. Same with these ones. I don't know the growth cycle on these ones at all. I just planted them. They came up pretty quick, but these ones could take months to do anything more than what they have. Same with the cucumbers. These ones are getting a little bit more sunlight. That's why they're bigger than the other pot. Go go back to these guys so you can see these are getting the least amount of sun throughout the day. So they are taking a while to grow. I'm beginning to think that that's a very heavy sun-dependent plant. Go quick walk through the rest of the yard. I'm gonna yank this guy out because I do not like the more catmint. More catmint I have, the more annoying it gets. Lavender over here doing good. Strawberries, as you can see, are, let's see if I can get a better angle. Here we go. Where the sunlight's not destroying everything. But hopefully you guys can see that the not peppermint, strawberries are like almost taking over this pot entirely. Got a couple strawberries there. Ooh, look at this. A couple good strawberries there. Be a couple days to harvest. Got a couple in here as well. I should probably add more dirt to these guys. I did not put a lot of dirt in there to begin with. And then we have everything growing down here. Look at that, another runner. Another runner. Sent it out all the way over there. Oh, look at this one. That guy sent that runner all the way around. My main peppermint plant is being attacked by bugs right now. I can see them on there. I'm just doing that. My hand smells like peppermint. This stuff is quite pungent, very strong. Makes for excellent peppermint tea. Finally getting some decent growth on here. Ooh, and look at this. We're actually getting new growth finally. All of this. So, a couple more in another month or so, I will be trimming this plant down. Anything that's not green will be cut off to allow this plant to establish itself better. Catmint got trimmed over here. And we're back to our favorite bush. Little guy with little white flowers. Once he's done flowering, I might trim him a little bit. Then my one strawberry plant chilling back in there. Doing good. And our lovely little greenhouse, which we are no longer using. As y'all can see, everything is pulled out because it was getting way too hot in here. I came in here last week, opened the door, or like 2 weeks ago before I pulled all this stuff out. It was like 120, 30 degrees in here. It was ridiculous. So we stopped using it. I got my other radishes. I never got carrots to grow out of this thing, so I planted radishes, and then I just kind of sprinkled lettuce seeds in here, and I have a couple lettuce popping up there, and one popping